I was born in Germany, in Urich, Germany, and I was in 1912, that's when I was born, and my father left Germany to go to Switzerland and to Zurich to study art. And there was a house built, and then my dad died that year. When I was growing up as a boy, I grew up deaf. I was born hearing, but I remember I was sick and I woke up and I went outside, and after that I started getting a headache and I got really sick. And my mom and my grandma, I told them, and I said, I want to go outside. And my mom and grandma were just kind of afraid of that. And I remember struggling with them. I felt dizzy and I had really bad headaches. And I was probably 2 years old or so. And I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I looked around and I felt kind of funny. I didn't feel right. I wasn't able to walk. It just felt kind of strange. I couldn't walk, and I needed somebody to help me walk. And that's when I became deaf. And I thought that was so bad. And they said, "You're deaf now. We're going to have to see other things for you to be able to walk." And my mom and grandma were really quiet, and they said, "Okay." So I decided I should go visit my brother. And I went to visit my brother, Andy's house. And he had cows, and he had a lot of cattle. There was a lot of them. And I remember seeing the cows, and they were really good. They were sweet. And there was a cow in the stable. And my brother was walking in to fix something, and just getting everything ready in the stable. And it was very interesting. I remember that everything, I'm an old man, so things were quite different back then. And of course I was deaf, but I wasn't able to help. He told me I had to go up and upstairs, and so I was able to meet my mom of me and my brother, and I just remember all the cattle being out in the field, and I was just shocked at all the cattle I could see. And I wanted to be able to see them, so my brother told me I could come out and I could pet the cows, and so I was able to do that. And I followed my brother around in the tractor. I would follow him, and I would stay kind of far back because the wind was blowing, and I would sit, and as I got closer, I could smell. The smell was really, really bad. It was such a hot day, and there were gnats and flies flying around the cows, and I had to keep around me, and I had to keep swatting at them to get away. And I caught one, and I didn't want to drop it. I was afraid I was going to drop it, so I kept it in my hand. I kept motioning for my brother to come over and trying to get someone's attention. And my brother just said, "It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Just calm down. You'll be okay. Everything's going to be fine." And I kept holding on to it. And I kept yelling at my brother, but he was ignoring me. And I didn't know what to do. And my brother said, come on, come over here. Bring the cow over here. So I was holding on to the reins and just holding on to it. And I was like, I can't let go. Help me. I need your help. I can't let go. And I was trying to move. I kept asking for help. My brother said, come on, come on, come over here. It's okay. Come here. And he kept motioning for me to come over to him. But I couldn't let go. I didn't know how to get to my brother because I was trying to get the cow to gallop and to walk, and I didn't know how to do that. And so the cow wouldn't walk. And then the cow helped me. I said, look, did you see that? The cow loves me. I love the cows. They love me. And I just remember that story happening with the cows. And I did. I love the cows. They were so sweet. The cattle was just sweet and kind, and they just didn't want to move. Then I went home, and I was told that someone was going to die anytime within a couple of weeks. He was very sick, and it could be today, they said. And so I went to help lift this person and trying to help everything get set up, and there was a lot of confusion. And I went to help, and I could see people talking, and I was just sitting there, and everyone was kind of around me. It was just a young boy that had passed away, and there was like just kind of a bright light, and people started looking around and looking from person to person. And then this person got up and I walked over to the window, and I could see a person dressed in all white, and there was a woman. And I asked somebody to help me lift me up so that I could see. I wasn't able to see what was going on. I couldn't see. So then this person came right up next to me, and I was looking up, and I wasn't afraid of anything. And well, we walked, and I just remember that. And then the next day I got up and I walked in, and I told my parents the story about the woman that I saw and walking and everything, and where we went. And I told my family I wanted to be able to go, and I was signing. They weren't able to understand what I was saying, so I tried to talk and explain the story that had happened. I said, this person could help me. I can go, and then I could come back home, and I could look on the computer and was looking for things, and it was just kind of strange. And this person walked in front of me. My grandma was probably like 15 years old, and they just said I needed a break. That was wrong. So I was talking with my mother, trying to tell her the story about what had happened. And I was just kind of looking at what was going on, and the reaction was shock at everybody that was talking and going back and forth. I thought, oh, yep, you're right. And my grandmother said that I was right. And my sis, she just kept saying, you're right, the story I was saying. And I said, I'm right? I was really surprised. that she remembered. She has a really wonderful memory. I said, they said, how do you remember that? You have a great memory. And I said, I thought of it. They were just surprised that I remembered everything. My mom and my grandma, that I could remember walking, and again, I could remember. They were just really surprised. It was a great thing. And I know that I told them I saw a ghost, like a spirit, an angel or somebody. It was really nice. And I saw Jesus. And they told me to shut up, that I was lying, that I was trying to fool everyone. And I said, no, I know that I went to a mansion and I could see it. And it was my dad's spirit. There was like this beautiful place that had like a circular shape at the top, like a mansion. It was just really pretty. And they said, you need to shut up. That's not true. That's not part of what we believe. And, I was trying to draw a picture to show what I had seen. And they were telling me not to be sneaky about it. And they kept telling me that I was lying. I said, no, I'm not lying. I'm being honest. And so I kept trying to explain what I had seen, but nobody would believe me that I was telling the truth. And the next day, they found out. I found the building I was looking for, and I showed them. I said, this is what I saw in heaven. I explained the story. But it was different. There wasn't any God. And I said, Jesus was the Son of God, and they just didn't believe me, and I kept trying to tell them the story. It was really difficult. Nobody would believe in Jesus had come, and they didn't believe any of that. I asked them, you don't believe that? And they said no. But they kept, they didn't say anything. They were very quiet. They thought I was trying to sneak around and get them, and they thought I was lying.